If you're watching this series, there's a very good chance you didn't arrive here by accident. You've probably heard of me, my name's Yvonne, or the CryptoGran community, and you may have clicked on this because you're curious about crypto, but you're possibly also skeptical. In fact, many people watching this are quietly wondering something like, is this whole crypto thing nonsense, or have I missed something really important? Because the stories you hear tend to be very extreme. On one side, you hear about young people making extraordinary amounts of money in crypto, and then there's the other side where you hear about people being scammed. That leaves you sitting wondering, so which one is it? And more importantly, should I understand this before dismissing it? Now, underneath that question is usually another one that many women in their 50s and 60s don't always say out loud. You're looking at the world financially and thinking, things feel really different these days. The cost of living has risen very sharply, energy bills have jumped, food prices have climbed, and pensions don't always stretch as far as people once expected. If, like me, you grew up in the UK in the 70s or 80s, didn't life feel so different? There was a sense that if you worked hard, you bought a home, you paid into your pension, that things would broadly work out. Many people now feel the ground shifting slightly underneath their feet, and since 2020 alone, prices in the UK have risen by approximately 20%. That means £100 of spending power just a few years ago now buys you closer to £80 worth of goods. When the Bank of England increases the supply of money into our economy, which they did significantly during the pandemic, economists call this long-term effect currency debasement. In simple terms, more money in circulation means that each pound gradually buys less over time. And when people begin noticing that happening, they often start asking a new question. Where can I store value in a changing financial world? That's one of the reasons crypto entered the conversation. But let me be really clear, crypto didn't appear because people wanted to gamble online. It appeared because new technology made something possible. The ability to move value digitally without relying entirely on central intermediaries like banks. And that technology is called blockchain. The first major example of it was Bitcoin, launched in 2009, shortly after the global financial crisis. At that time, very few people paid attention. But over the years, an entire ecosystem has developed around that technology. Today, the global crypto market fluctuates between $2 and $3 trillion in value. There are now hundreds of companies building technology in this sector, many of them with market capital worth millions, some even billions of dollars. And increasingly, large financial institutions are now getting involved as well. So whether someone likes crypto or not, something real is happening. But there is a problem that most thoughtful adults were never given a calm explanation of what crypto actually is. Instead, they were just given hype or fear, and very little in the middle. And that's exactly what this series is here to solve. It's not to persuade you to buy crypto, but to help you understand what is actually happening. Because once you understand the landscape, you can decide calmly whether this emerging sector is relevant to your financial future, or whether it isn't. And the first thing we need to understand properly is the technology underneath all of this. So once you understand what blockchain actually is, in plain English, the entire crypto conversation suddenly becomes so much clearer. In the next video, we're going to unpack exactly what blockchain is and why it has caused such a stir in the financial world.